Phil, I really appreciate you getting together to talk with me today. I've appreciated what you had to say.
Hey, absolutely, man. And listen, the only thing that's left for you and I to talk about is if you're ready to make a decision for Jesus Christ and surrender your life for Him. You know, 2 Corinthians 5:15 says that we are not to live for ourselves, but we are to live for the one who died and rose again. So, man, is that something that you're ready to do today?
Well, Phil, I got to tell you, there's just one thing I can't get over. The church is just a bunch of hypocrites, and I just don't want to be a part of that.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me that you said that, because I've known you for, a pretty long time now. In every single thing that you have ever done, you've always either stopped in the middle of, or you have just turned your back on. The ultimate hypocrite. So I cannot believe you are saying, I don't want to go to church, man, because of those hypocrites, when you yourself are the ultimate 100% biggest hypocrite that I have ever met. I don't even know why I'm friends with you. You know what I mean? And then you're throwing this church hypocrite garbage on me. Why don't you actually go do something and try to do it right for once? As a matter of fact, you couldn't even be a Christian. You'd last about 2 days and that would be the end of it. So just forget it.
Phil, I got to tell you, there's just one thing I can't get over. The church is just a bunch of hypocrites, and I just don't want to be a part of that.
Yeah. Here's the thing, man. You're absolutely right. The church is filled with people who continue to fail and continue to mess up and just continue to do things that they don't want to do. And to be honest with you, it's a real shame, because it makes the glory and it makes the person of Christ diminished. And it's a great responsibility that we have. But here's the thing, man. I've never known a perfect church. There's no such thing as a perfect church. And even if there was, if I found the perfect church, as soon as I became a member of that church, it would no longer be perfect. Because I know my own heart, and I know that sometimes I'm just going to let people down, and I'm going to mess up, and I'm going to rely on God as best as I can to not do that. But sometimes I'm going to fail. But here's the thing, man. Just think about this. We don't go to church so that we can lift other people up as God and worship them. We go to church so that we can lift up Jesus Christ as God and worship only Him. And that's what we have to keep in mind. We're all in this together. So people are going to let you down. That's absolutely true. But you just have to ask yourself the question, haven't I let someone down as well in my past? And don't I want that person to still trust me and give me a chance?
Phil, I've just got to say, my background, you know some of it. I had a couple of years upstate. There's no way I am worthy of being a Christian or being in your church, and I just can't do that.
You got that right.
You got that right? What kind of response is that? You want a piece of me? Phil, I've just got to say, my background, you know some of it. I had a couple of years upstate. There's no way I am worthy of being a Christian or being in your church, and I just can't do that.
I'm not good enough either. In fact, no one is good enough. And that's exactly what Paul means when he says that every single one of us have fallen short of the glory of God. We've already looked at that scripture today. And so what we have to remember, man, is that we're not doing this on our own. It doesn't matter what you've done in your past. It could be so awful. Jesus Christ is ready to forgive you of that and is ready to say, hey, let's start over today. Let's start over in my love and in my grace and in my mercy. So whatever you've done, I don't want to know what it is. It doesn't matter, because Jesus Christ can wipe it all away and you can start new today.
Well, I appreciate everything you had to say, Phil, but I just don't think I'm ready right now to make those kinds of decisions.
Okay, great.
Hey, let's go hit one of those new haunted houses.
Okay.
All right.
Let's go.
Well, I appreciate everything you had to say, Phil, but I just don't think I'm ready right now to make those kinds of decisions.
Okay, I hear you, and I respect that, and I don't want to pressure you. I don't want to be annoying. But the only thing I want to ask is why you're not ready. Can you help me with that a little bit? Because here's the thing, man. None of us are guaranteed tomorrow. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know what's going to happen in 20 minutes. And I just care for you so much that I would hate to see you put something off that's so important. So can you help me understand, why aren't you ready?